Okay, so looking at the energies for the full moon, for the blood moon eclipse. The energy of this moon is around purification. A lot of people, when it comes to a new moon, to a full moon, many of us focus on manifestation. Now is not a good time for you to be focused on what it is you want to call in, unless you are a experienced spiritual practitioner. This is a time for shadow work. And the reason why I say that is if you're calling in, if you're inviting and you're welcoming delicious juice to be poured into your bowl, and there's still a layer at the bottom of your bowl of scum, you can't drink the juice. It's not going to be fun. So we're going to be attracting everything based on the foundation of the shadow work that's not been done. Moon is about purification, and the energy of this moon is going to force us all to let go and release old habits, tendencies, fears, belief systems that have been at the heart of what's held us apart from what it is we're trying to let in. When we ask, it is always given. So when you ask, it's always given. But it can only be welcomed in. It's got to be welcomed. Everything's got to be welcomed into our experience, and it's welcomed into and on the foundation that is your current frequency and vibration. So the relationship, so if you're asking for something around relationships, it can only be ushered in the vehicle, the already existing vehicle. And the condition of that already existing vehicle around relationship, money, career, health, whatever it may be that is really important to you, that's at the heart of what it is you're wanting to be the focus for the year ahead and the next couple of years ahead. So what is it that you are calling forth? What is it that you're passionate about? Who is it that you have created yourself to be for this new reality that we are all being ushered into with the new earth and the shifts? So the energies of this moon is about helping you to purge, to clean out the bowl, so that whatever you're calling in is going to be poured into a clean, clear, fresh bowl, or to clear out the vehicle, or to repair the vehicle, or to replace the vehicle. Every subject is two subjects. And so you can attract that new relationship, but it's going to be brought home in your existing vehicle, that is relationships. And the existing condition of that vehicle is going to have an impact on it, because it's going to be the foundational vibration and frequency, regardless of what that person's intentions are. Very often when clients come to me for a reading, they're very, very interested in what the individual's intentions are. And that is not so important. People can have the best intentions. What is the energy vibration? What is it? What is their energy? What they might have the best intentions, but what is it that they are actually capable of? What is the vehicle, the driving vehicle, the condition of the driving vehicle? That's what you want to look at. And that's the shadow work that this blood moon is going to be forcing us, because it's not a choice. It's forcing us to do our shadow work. Shadow work is a very important part of the spiritual process. All right. So that's what this reading is going to be about. We're looking at, I'm going to ask 4 key questions. What are you being called to release? As I said, this moon and the energies that this moon offers us is about purification. It's about release. It's about letting go. So what are you being called to release? That's the first question. Then I'm going to ask, what are you making space for? So if you're clearing out, if you're being forced to release, what is it that you're making space for? Because we're always in a process of becoming. And we're always catching up with our evolution. So what is the evolution that you're catching up with? Hello, hey there, welcome in, welcome everyone. We're talking about the energies of this full moon, this blood moon and eclipse. And we're going to be asking Spirit very specific questions for the collective. If anything stands out to you based on the reading, where you need clarity or clarification, perhaps it points to a particular area in your life, then you can just put that question in the comments. And if it jumps out at me, then Spirit wants me to give it attention. Okay. So we're asking, what is it that you're being called to release at this time? You're cleaning up home. You're cleaning up, you're packing out, and you don't want to take any of the pests with you where you're going. We're moving into a brand new reality with this shift, and this moon forces us to do our shadow work, to take a look in the mirror. It's very easy for us to, when we feel unhappy or uncomfortable with something, to blame circumstances and conditions and people outside of ourselves. But they have no power in our world. What somebody else does is irrelevant to your joy, your happiness, and your success. And the outdated belief that other people are able to put the evil eye on us, and they're able to hinder us with their jealousy and with their anger. If you have that belief and you're still holding it active, that is keeping you imprisoned because you're giving your power away. Nobody has the power to do that. You have the power to keep yourself in a place of victimhood, in a space of helplessness and powerlessness, by declaring that somebody else holds the power. So the next question I'm going to ask Spirit is, what is it that's coming in? What's coming in for us? What is it that's coming in for this collective, for this group of people that are here right now? Yeah, that's true, Andrew. So much expansion with this full moon and the eclipse turbocharging the process. Absolutely. And it's uncomfortable, but we need to start to associate discomfort with love. Okay. Yes, you may talk. You may talk. You may put your comments, your thoughts in the comment section. And then I'm going to ask Spirit, what are our blind spots? So the first question is, what is it that you are being called to? Okay, I'm going to cleanse the space, and I'm going to, you can welcome it in and receive the cleansing. All right. We're just going to clear the space for everyone here. And then I'm going to start tuning in. Okay. I always ask that you trust your own guidance system. You have your own guides, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your keepers. And whenever you embark on anything, you should be welcoming them to accompany you, to guide you, to support you. We are not alone here. We have a huge non-physical support system that we don't really acknowledge or make enough use of. So I'm going to ask you to welcome in your guides, your keepers, angel guides, your ancestors, to welcome them into holding the space for all of us who are here and those who may join. Okay. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning. I give thanks to my guides and keepers, your guides and keepers, for allowing me to have access to your energy, for allowing me to see into the portals, the spaces, and the places where your energy, you as a consciousness, resides, exists. So many of us think that we are in these bodies. Only a small fragment of who you are is animates this body. When I do channeled healings, Spirit shows me into different dimensions, different realms where you exist, different versions of you exist. You are still connected to your ancestors. You are still connected to those who have come before. Every drop of our blood contains information from our ancestors all the way back to the beginning of creation. We still carry that information in our bodies. You've entered a safe space. This is a space of love and light. And we set an intention together to release everything that is not of love. Anything that is created or manifest in fear, we allow that to be purified and cleared. What is it that my collective is being called to right now? Okay, they're telling me that I must pull more cards. So I've got release your power. There are those of you who are here right now at this time. There are thousands of us who have incarnated at this very time, deliberately as light workers, to bring in the light, willing and ready with the right technology to be able to awaken to the levels that we need to awaken to in order to bring through the medicine, the healing, the information, and the level of consciousness that is called and that is needed on the planet at this time. This message is for those of you who are here. You are the alchemists. You are the healers. You are the medicine men and women. This reading, this message is where you are being called to release your power. You see how she's holding this bottle, and there's a three-headed dragon in there. This is a spirit animal that's bottled up. Your connection to your spirit animal, your connection to your spirit guides, your connection to nature, your connection to your calling, that is what this is about. This message is for those of you who have been avoiding putting on hold your calling because you're bottling things up because of people pleasing, because of fear, because of the imposter syndrome, because of lack of self-worth. You're afraid that people are going to think you're a whack. You're afraid that people are not going to be able to appreciate you. You're afraid that you're imagining all of this. I get that. I was there too. Hello, Liam. Nice to see you. Oh, like Dr. Quinn. I love that, Liam. You know exactly what to say. I'm brimming. You are the people who have come here to help to heal the world at this time, and all the changes that we are seeing on the planet right now. You've been a part of it. Your medicine, you embody it in different ways. You embody it as different archetypes, as the joker, as the fool, as the healer, as the teacher, as the warrior, okay, as the divine mother, as the divine father. You embody this medicine and you change lives with what you do. But Spirit is saying you are being called right now with this blood moon to release this medicine. You've not released the fullness of your gifts and your power. You're still holding back because you're afraid that you might be too much. You're afraid that nobody gets it. You know, all the great philosophers and teachers that we are now referencing for our healing and our growth and our understanding of what's happening here, their message, their teachings came through long before we were born. And there were very few people that appreciated it. The seed that you are sowing now and the forests that are going to bloom from those seeds, you will not be able to sit in their shade. But it's not for you. You, beautiful soul, have come here from a highly advanced time-space reality, where none of the needs that we experience here, that the human race, which is an extension of us, other human beings outside of us are not separate from us. They're an extension of our conscious body, of our spirit body. The challenges, the dramas, the issues that many of them deal with, the time-space reality, and the advanced civilization that you come from had long outgrown all of it. And you came to come back here to this very difficult, challenging, contrasting 3D world, 4D world now, because your medicine is the answer. And some of you are still holding back, not releasing the fullness of your power. And I know what this feels like, because when people started to come to me, you know, I was a COVID psychic and a COVID channel. I would sit in my workplace in the beauty salon and people would book me. I was always fully booked. And they'd come and they'd spend time with me and connect. And they knew why they were coming, because they always left feeling more. Or there would be a problem that they needed to talk about, and I would just be a friend. I would just share some encouragement and inspiration, and I didn't tell them where it was coming from. I was really in the closet. And then my life started to fall apart. And it was a period, my dark night of the soul lasted for 10 years. And I was doing all the right things. Some of you are doing all the right things and you wonder why things are not working out. When your ancestors have called you, you have a passion and you don't think that it's your time. And you don't think that you're good enough. And you don't think that anyone's going to appreciate or value you. Those are the concepts and the beliefs around the world, around how you perceive yourself and reality, that need to be released right now, because your medicine, you see, we've got this master number 33. Some of you might have this master number in this numerology number as your life path number 33. It is a master number. You are a teacher. You are someone who has great influence on the lives of others, and you know you have this calling, but for some reason you get stuck on the details, the conditions. But how am I going to do this, Elif? I've tried that, and then I had this issue, and I thought, let me just leave it. I used to be a COVID channel, a medium and psychic, and then I had to give up my hope of being normal. I had to answer. I had to realize that who I am, and holding my gifts and my medicine inside is a dishonoring of why I came here, of my purpose. And that is why when your ancestors call you or have chosen you for a particular mission or purpose, when you carry sacred medicine, and sacred knowledge and information, and you keep that suppressed because you don't think you're good enough, or you don't trust the world around you, that medicine begins to feel like a poison inside. Your life starts to fall apart. You are being called to release this medicine. Alchemist. Ancient alchemist. That is what you are. If that resonates with you, please comment, I'm ready. Let me know. I want to know. I want to receive feedback. They said I need to pull 2 more cards, okay, for another collective. What is it that you are being called to release right now? Thank you, Spirit. All right. Right. So then others of you, Others of you are being called to release your attachment to the wounded warrior, to the wounds, your attachment to perfection. Others of you are being called to forgiveness and to release. You've done enough healing. Sometimes our ego attaches to our healing process. The number we have here is the number 10, and that's significant. That is the number that symbolizes an end. And Spirit is saying it's time for you to recognize that you've done enough work, that you have done the healing and you are whole now. Your entire identity is defined by this wound, whether it's addiction, whether it's alcoholism, whether it is your childhood trauma, whether it is I'm a survivor of this, and you've built your entire community, your entire network, your entire sense of self through that lens. That is now becoming the thing that is holding you in the past. That keeps, it's a spell that you keep speaking over your life and that others speak over you, because when they introduce you, they say, oh, do you know Elif? And every time that you speak the spell and every time that they speak that spell, it keeps you in bondage. It is time for you to embrace the fact that you are ready and you have been ready to support other people in their healing, that you are now whole, that you don't have to hide or tower from fear that, but do I have anything to offer? Beautiful, beautiful. Nice to see you here, Donna. And Spirit is saying, this is what they're showing me. Someone that had a cast put on because they had a fractured bone, and the cast was supposed to come off a really long time ago, and the cast is fraying, and the bone has healed, but now the muscle is deteriorating, the skin is shriveling because you're attached to the cast. Why are you attached to the cast? The cast is rotten, the cast is it's itchy, and you've got scum and dirt building up under the cast. Why are you attached to the cast? That is what Spirit is saying you are being called to release. Your addiction to the wound, your addiction to being broken. Who am I? And I get it. Sometimes, you know, I was watching this documentary about this girl, Belle Gibson, who built an empire off of the scam that she has cancer. And to this day, she says she was diagnosed with cancer. And she believed it. It is obvious that it's not true, but it's something that she held onto because of all the attention she got. Now, there's a lot of shame attached to trauma. But I can tell you from personal experience, I stayed in a very dangerous, toxic, abusive relationship with someone that was harming my children. And I didn't want to see it because I would rather have been dead than to be alone. And this is why so many women and men stay. We're often asking the question, why would she stay in that situation? Why didn't she leave? So many of us are too ashamed to admit it. But we have such a rocky relationship with ourselves. We are so terrified by this life all the time that being with someone that treats us badly, that is unhealthy, but that offers a sense of companionship, partnership, and security because they will stay, is better than being alone. Better the devil that I know. So some of us hold on to our wounds because we've built an entire identity around it. It's become our excuse for why we don't show up in our relationships and in our world in the way that would serve us best. And that is okay. But this is becoming a noose around your neck now, beloved. And that is what this moon is guiding you towards releasing yourself from. So that will resonate with some of you, not all of you. Sometimes the energies interlink. We're all in this together. And very often we think we're going through something or dealing with something on our own, independently, all alone, when really we're just experiencing different versions of the same wound because we're a collective. All right, and the third card is, what is it that Spirit is calling? What is it that we're being called to release right now, beloved? The signs are already with you. I've got the number 4, Snow Angel. The signs are already with you. I feel like this card is speaking to me personally. I'm definitely a snow angel. I like to be in the snow alone, away from everybody. The signs are already with you, and the number 4 is there. Number 4 is about someone that likes to recluse, be in solitude, be in meditation, be still with Spirit. I say this all the time. My best friends are spirits, ghosts, and the spirit world. I'm more comfortable with the spirit world than I am with human beings. I love human beings, but I'm not so comfortable with human beings. The number 4 is about being blocked. Not being blocked, but blocking. Keeping people at a distance. It's the witch that builds a house deep in the forest so that only people who are really desperate to see her will make their way to come and see her. And she likes hanging skulls and scary things around her house, and she loves it when people go and spread bad stories about her, because then there's this air of fear. And she's not harmful at all. But she likes it that people are afraid of her, so that they stay away unless they're really sure that they're ready to do their work. That's me. That is the archetype that I embody. If you resonate, this is what it is. Spirit is, the signs are everywhere around you. That it's time for you to clear the path, the trails in the forest, because you are going to have more and more people connecting with you. This doesn't mean that you must change. This doesn't mean that you must move away from the snow, from where it's cold. Those who value your energy, those who value your relationship, your connection, and what it is you have to offer, they will gladly spend some time in the snow. But there is this river between you and the world that has served as a protection for you for a really long time. Because human beings have a tendency, and I speak like this because I wasn't in a human body for many lifetimes before I came here. This body is it's new for me. Humans have a tendency to be inclined to codependence. They like to get as many people on board with their drama. They like to get as many people involved with cleaning their house and fixing their problems. And if they can place the responsibility onto you, then they will do that. But we are entering a time where more and more people are awakening to their own personal power and their personal responsibility. And you've blocked certain situations. Some of you are blocking love because you're afraid you're going to get hurt again. Some of you are blocking your purpose. Some of you are keeping friends and family at bay. Some of you are keeping your community slightly at bay. The signs are already with you that this is the tendency that is being cleared out right now. So your community, your tribe, your group is going to expand and get bigger. You don't have to change. They're going to love you for who you are. They're going to get you, they're going to appreciate you, and when they don't, the universe will just give them a gentle exit and they'll come back into your space when they can appreciate you. The reason why you went through the long period of healing and growth is because for a long time you believed that that you needed to make yourself lovable. And you went through a lot of healing, and you went through a lot of growth, and many people came into your life to remind you and to teach you that how they treat you is really more about them than it is about you. And now you're free of that. And those of you who are not yet free, you are being set free right now. That is what you're being called to release. Beautiful. This is powerful stuff. The next question I want to ask Spirit is, what are we making space for? I'm going to do 3 cards here as well. Okay, just because I want to touch on all the energy, everybody that's coming in. And please share this with your loved ones and your friends if you think they will benefit from this reading, because this is definitely the energy at this time now. Okay. And I'm going to upload this live so you can go back and watch it again if you want to. What is it that we are making space for? So the first thing that we have, the first card that I have from my Isis Oracle is the Miracle of Isis, miraculous healing of the goddess. That's what we're making space for. Now, what this means is, I came across a woman, beautiful woman's post on TikTok where she was asking about the challenges with meeting awakened, conscious men. Many women are awakening, doing their work, and she was saying that she's just not meeting any men that are conscious. I had a lot to say about that, but I didn't say anything there because it wasn't a place. And I feel like this is what this message is about, because I asked Spirit, and there's a couple of reasons. It's about being in alignment. You know, we can do all the healing, but we've got to calibrate to being in alignment with the reality where we believe that those kinds of men exist. Otherwise, we won't bump into them. Hello, Sunny Days. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. Oh, and Jen, you're here too. Hey, girl. Nice to see you. Oh, all these beautiful souls coming in. So it's about being in alignment with. And you know, I did a lot of healing for many years. In my work, I'm constantly processing because I have a huge responsibility of being a spiritual guide and a spiritual teacher. I don't teach from the ego. I'm a channel, so I need to make sure this vessel is always clear. So I'm always processing, doing the shadow work, and making sure that I am as clear a vessel for your messages to come through. And I did that for many years, but I was still attracting relationships that were not ready for the life that I want. And last year, that was a lot of the work I had to do, a lot of the shadow work, because Spirit was saying to me, you whole. You're miles ahead of where you've ever been, but now you're holding a reality active where you still cannot envision or foresee men being on that level, because your beliefs around men are so limited and so distorted based on past experiences. So you've got to expand and quantum leap, and you've got to start to calibrate to a reality where it's possible for you to allow men that are conscious, that are awakened, that have been on the healing journey into your reality, because you're not inviting them. They come by invitation. And so this is what the miraculous healing of the goddess is about. Spirit said to me when I listened to this woman's video, where she was asking, why am I not meeting? I've done the work, and I believe that because I'm healed, I should be attracting healthy men. Why am I not? She's not individuated her divine feminine, her healed feminine, with her masculine. It needs to be individuated. And so that is what this is about. So what is it that you are making space for? This is what you're making space for. Do you see Isis and her divine counterpart here? And you know the story about Isis and how her brother, I think it was Seth. I'm terrible with names. You can correct me in the comments. But I'm sure I'm going to trust you. You know who I'm speaking about. She had two brothers. Osiris, that's the one she married. And the other one was jealous, and he dismembered her lover. And she had to go searching for him everywhere and put him back together. Isn't that the twin flame journey? Isn't that the journey with the divine masculine? So that is what the healing, the miraculous healing of the divine of the goddess is about. And that is what many of us, many of you are making space for right now. I am really, really pleased with the manifestation of this energy in my life. All of last year I had to work with calibrating to allowing and inviting the divine masculine into my life. And unexpectedly, some would say miraculously, without any effort, when I stopped needing it, when I stopped looking for it, when I just knew it was coming at the right time, I met my person. And he's better than I could have imagined. But I just needed to get a little bit closer. I just needed to be able to get a little bit closer. Isis, Osiris, Seth. Yeah, it is Seth. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you, Andrew. So those are their names. Right. Okay. What else? What else are we making space for right now with this beautiful blood moon? I love that for me too. I love that for me too. I deserve it. And I've come a really, really long way for it. But yeah, that's the part that we sometimes miss. Everything comes into our life by invitation. And so the other thing that we are making space for right now is the temple of Lapis Lazuli, goddess of the ancient skies. Right, Lapis Lazuli. This is a beautiful, beautiful crystal, a beautiful stone. Goddess of the ancient skies. I spoke about when I looked at what it is that we are being called to release. There's a lot that Spirit is saying to you about releasing your power. Can you let your medicine out? You are gifted. You are healers. You embody powerful medicine, ancient wisdom. Why are you biting your tongue? Why are you hiding in the shadows? Why are you holding it back? This Lapis Lazuli and the goddess of the ancient sky, she is the goddess. This is the energy of your throat chakra. Now, when I did a channeling in the forest the other day, where Spirit was sharing communication about this upcoming moon, the throat chakra was one of the portals they spoke about. And my mind, it was so beautiful for me to hear that, because I didn't know that. I knew that there were things happening in the throat for the collective, things happening in the chest for the collective, and in the pelvis, the hips. But they were saying that we're actually the portals for the energy that's coming through. And now it makes sense, because we're also the portals to release. It's got to happen through us, through this body. And last year, there was a lot of message that came through in the channelings that I was doing around the fact that our bodies are completely upgraded. And all of it makes sense now. Your body's completely new. This technology is completely upgraded. Your body is the portal. Our bodies are the portal. All right. So this Lapis Lazuli is about this throat chakra. It's about communication. And Spirit was saying that there's still a tendency for some of us to not trust our intuition. I often say this to clients, it's insanity. You know, when I do channeled messages, I do coaching, I have Spirit in my ear. And you will tell me what your problem is, and Spirit will tell me exactly what the antidote is. And I've experienced it 100% of the time. If the client does it as prescribed, I'll say, you must do this every morning and every night for the next 2 weeks. By the time I see that client in 2 weeks' time, that problem doesn't exist anymore. They're a whole new person. The client who doesn't take the medicine, who doesn't do what Spirit has said, comes back with the same issue. And I say to clients, it's insanity that you will receive from source, from the Great Spirit, from that which we call God. Here's your antidote, just do this. And we don't do it because we're so addicted to our problems. And we don't always want to admit it. But you know, you guys know me, I call bullshit. I call myself out on my bullshit, and that's my love language. Okay? Not many people can handle it. As a healer, my healing totem is a snake. If you're not ready to perceive reality through your heart chakra, you're going to see monsters and demons, and you're going to see me as all twisted and wrong. Just like they did the snake in the Bible. My medicine is not a pretty one. The same antidote that will heal you is the one that takes you to the brink of death. You've got to be willing to go through the ego deaths. And I'm not interested in making it frilly or pretty, because I don't think that serves any of us. Live the change you want to see, absolutely. It's all in the daily practice, yes. Yes, it is. It's got to be a lifestyle. We can't separate who we are as spirit and then as humans. This is why we get it all wonky and wrong. You've got to bring the fullness of who you are into your relationship. You've got to bring the fullness of who you are into your home, into your work, into everything you do. So, the goddess of the ancient skies is coming to read us our rights and say, no. This year is not in alignment with your truth. This is what you say you believe, and this is what you're doing. What is your truth? You've got to line up with your truth. Some of us still have truths active, beliefs active, concepts about ourselves, concepts about men, ideas about the world, ideas about money, ideas about other people, ideas about our mother, our father, our exes, that are not a match to our truth, to our divine truth. And if we sit down and we try and evaluate, where did I get this belief from? We won't even know. We have ideas about different groups of people, people from different religions, people from different walks of life, people from different perspectives. We're still spending way too much time arguing our beliefs. But I do think that the world is ending because of climate change. But I don't think so. Where's the evidence of that? And we're having stupid arguments. But I do think that all men suck. And let me tell you why. Because I know this woman, and I know that woman, and I know that, and I know that. Yes, we as humans have a tendency towards very bad behavior. But there are certain concepts that we hold as truth, and they are frequencies and vibrations within our bodies. And we can only attract what's a match to that. There are certain truths that we have, that we hold. You know, I was at school today. I'm helping out at my son's school. And the kids were all crazy. There were like 3 fights. And I was like, Spirit said to me, I was like, what's going on? What's happening with the energy? And Spirit said, blood moon. Okay. These youngsters don't know how to deal with this energy because we're still not teaching the ancient wisdoms. We were colonized. Our brains, our minds were colonized. It doesn't matter what race group you are. We were all colonized. Mentally, our ancient medicines, our traditions were all demonized and replaced with artificial religions and concepts of and ways of life that are inorganic to the natural processes. And we're still not incorporating this in the lives of our children. If you look at schools, they look like a prison. There's so much of our system that needs to collapse at this time. And the chaos is absolutely necessary. So, but my point is, there was a parent in there, and I just happened to be in the space because I was taking something to the secretary, and I heard her complaining about something, and she turns to the teacher and she asks if this child is a foreigner. And he answers, I don't know, absent mind, I suppose, answering the question, and she said, I'm not surprised. And then when we say certain things, then they want to talk about xenophobia. I left the room. I'm not interested in arguing with people's egos. But we have beliefs where we're blaming other people for our unhappiness and for how terrible the world is. We all have blood on our hands, whether it's at a distance or not. We are not separate. And the more we see ourselves as separate to them, the more we hold the healing and the transformation in a place of pause. So this goddess of the sky is coming to give us some truth. And that is what we're giving space to, because the moment that our truth, our 3D truth, the data that we have here, the beliefs, the self-concepts, and the concepts about others, the moment we can update this, we're free. When you have mental clarity, the world really does become your oyster. And that's what sets you free, is being in alignment, having your 3D, your human truth, this technology, this processor, and the information that you have within this processor affects this technology, which is your body. And when the truth of this is in alignment with the truth of the part of you that is ancient, that is source, that is wisdom, that is God, you are unstoppable. And that is this energy coming through. That's what we're making space for. All right. What else? What is it that we are making space for right now? Because we're going through this blood moon is giving us an opportunity. In fact, not giving us an opportunity, is saying, hello, pause. You need to leave those bags outside. They're not coming into the house. That's it. So as a result, what is it that we're making space for? Ancient, the scales of balance. Harmony, balance. Ancient tantra of the soul. Oh my goodness, delicious. Scales of balance, harmony, justice. Being in that right place at that right time. Having harmony in your own world. Minding your own business. The other thing that came through in the channeling the other day is that we need to stop looking at whether things are changing in the world around us, and we need to start looking at our feet. We will see evidence of the beautiful things and the transformations that are taking place right here. The more we're distracted by what's happening out there, we're seeing the illusion. You know what it's like looking out, when you're looking at the ocean and you're looking out at the horizon, and your mind tells you, oh, there's a big wave forming and very soon you're going to be hit by a tsunami. It's not real, it's an illusion. So when we keep looking out at the world for evidence of whether things are getting better or worse, it's always going to look bad, because you're opening yourself up to a collective thought form. And there's a lot of fear. You got to look here at your feet. We're changing the world one person in the mirror at the time, one household at the time. One person at a time. When my home becomes healthier, it has an impact on the homes around me, etc. So the scales of balance are coming in. More harmony, more balance, more alignment. This is what we are making space for. Ancient tantra of the soul. This is being in balance. This is having all your chakras aligned. This is kundalini rising. This is bliss. This is bliss. And if you cannot envision or imagine what that feels like, it means that you're not yet practicing it where you are right now. So, if we've got a marathon to run in the next 6 months, are you going to be sitting on the couch every day? Because then why did we sign up? We are not going to make it. When we get to the marathon, some of us are going to collapse along the side, and some of us are going to collapse with spasms. Some of us are going to pass out. So many terrible, awful things are going to happen, and it's unnecessary. And it's not that we're being punished, it's just that we're not calibrated, we're not ready. We arrived to the race that we really wanted to do and be a part of, and now our bodies being abused, trying to carry us through it when we've not spent time with our body to exercise it, to condition it, to calibrate it. And then when we get there, we've got this mental block too. So that is what we're needing to clear out right now. Beautiful. This is what we're making space for. What do you guys think? I'm loving this. Now I want to ask Spirit, what is coming in? Always nice to see what's coming in. What's coming in for the collective as a result of this beautiful purification, clearing out, decluttering and cleansing of this blood moon? What is coming in? All right, I'm going to pull from two different decks. I'm going to pull from my Dragon Tarot, what's coming in. And then I'm going to pull from my Triple Goddess Tarot as well. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, what's coming in? I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Oh my gosh. 10 of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? You've got the 10 of Pentacles coming in. Makes sense with everything that Spirit's been sharing. What else? What else? Thank you, Spirit. What's coming in? What is it that we're welcoming in? Spirit's having fun with you guys. Spirit just keeps saying, wait, I've got more. Wait, I've got more. You got to do this too. You've got to show them this. You've got to show them that. Take a moment and just feel this energy that surrounds you right now. Spirit is having so much fun with you. This is a playful energy at a time when things are getting quite heavy on this planet. And my indication of what reality is when I tune into Spirit, when things are getting heavy on this planet, they're having the most fun. They're so excited, which is why I've come to believe, and my brain's been conditioned, that when shit gets real, the good stuff, they're right behind it on the heels. It's an indication of good stuff coming. I've got the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. This is what's coming in. Beloved, stability, security. You are awakening to the King of Pentacles in your own life. There were times in your life when you had a very heavy heart in the face of your inability to be able to meet your needs. In the moments when you felt like you absolutely failed to be able to take care of yourself and your loved ones. You always seem to be a little bit behind the rest. This has not always been easy. But what's coming in here is the rise of the divine masculine in each and every one of us. Because the divine feminine has gone through her process of rising, awakening, taking her space, and she's the homemaker. The divine masculine has a home, and the divine masculine is ready to arrive and to make manifest in the 3D that which is the energy that the divine feminine holds. Abundance. The divine masculine within all of us anchors that energy into the earth and builds the homes, creates the schools, and all the new systems that are coming in now that are being replaced by that which has been destroyed. That's the energy of the divine masculine coming in. And that is what we are channeling through the pelvis, through the hip area. How many of you have felt pressure in the hip area? Started noticing mid last year, some of us as early as the beginning of last year. That's the energy that's coming through that portal. That is the goddess of stability, security, respect, community, tribe. I'm getting goosebumps. And the Ten of Pentacles. This is your power couple. This is your happily ever after. This is your emotional stability, success, and your financial stability and success. This is the Ace of Pentacles, which is here on the table already. And it is exactly in the place of what's coming in. I didn't even notice it. The Ace of Pentacles is that seed coming out of the heavens, gifted to you and saying, here's the seed. This is my gift to you. Plant it, and then it becomes a forest. It embodies the energy of the forest that is a home to so many, to so much, that is abundant and rich, self-sustainable. It is wealthy. It is goodness. It is medicine. That's what's coming in. This is not the energy of someone that is alone. This is a community. This is a partnership. This is a tribe. This is love. This is happiness. This is union. This is success. This is purpose. This is bliss. That is what's coming in. Are you ready? Now I want to ask Spirit, what's the blind spots? What are the blind spots? What are our blind spots? The things that we have a tendency to miss, to overlook. What are our blind spots? Thank you, Spirit. All right, we've got the Queen of Cups. The blind spot is sometimes that everything that's coming into our experience has been invited and is a symbol of love for us. Even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it threatens to crack us wide open. The blind spot is your intuition once again. I said it earlier on, there's the tendency to just ignore your intuition. To overlook it, to look for evidence, to want facts, to get validation from other people or from conditions and experiences. The blind spot is that you've come a really long way and you're doing really, really well. And there's a tendency to miss that, to overlook that. What else? Beautiful. This is a beautiful message and reading, and I'm going to ask you guys to please share it on your pages, on your Facebook, share it with your loved ones, just as an offering. Back to this message here where Spirit says, so many people who you have agreed to bring medicine to them, to bring them the message that they need, that's going to make them feel better about their situation, to bring them the clarity they need. You're not giving it to them because you're second guessing yourself, because you are afraid, you don't want to be judged. What if they see it and they think I'm this? Really, people, we don't have time to be taking that old programming into the new earth with us. If you're going to choose the old programming of my security depends on everybody agreeing with what I do, I'm too afraid to be judged and questioned, you're going to stay in the old earth. We can't. That's exactly what the goddess of the sky is coming to say. Listen, you can't take this in with you. Why are you carrying this heavy thing? There's no place for this there. There's no place for this where you're going. We're all in this together. And we need to allow the energy to flow. And we need to be open to share and to be to shine a light in the areas where other people might need a little bit of extra light in order to see. So what are some of the blind spots? Right. Oh, my goodness. This is incredible. The blind spots here is that you are everything that you've ever wanted. You have everything you've ever wanted right here, energetically, right here in front of you, and you still don't see it. And in the absence of being able to recognize how good we have it, we remain in this place, in the matrix of, or in the simulation of, I'm trying to keep my head above the water. I've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles here. The blind spot is that you are ready to let in the partnership, the love, the friendship, the community that you've been waiting for. But we all think that when I look around me, what I see is real. No, what you see around you is what you're calibrated to. It's the frequency you're picking up. There's the Ten of Swords. Those painful endings, the blind spot here is that you're still afraid that you're not going to be able to take care of yourself. The blind spot is that nobody's going to care enough to want to take care of you. The blind spot is that you can't see this energy around you when it's wanting to gift you, wanting to embrace you. The blind spot is that you don't believe and trust that your love, your heart, and your intuition is enough. The blind spot is that you don't realize that you've built a beautiful, incredible, vibrational empire, and that all you need to do is be willing to believe in it and to let everybody in. And that those who come to be a part of your empire, that there is going to be nothing but love and joy there. And that already it is in everything that you experience, even the uncomfortable bits. The blind spot is that we've got this Ten of Swords behind us, where we've been abandoned, betrayed, and left with 10 swords in the back, and that this is no longer your story. That is the blind spot. So synchronistic, based on meditation I had last night, an ancient wisdom, and a reading I had. Wow, that's incredible, Caroline. So these are the blind spots. These are the things we still have the tendency to see everywhere, and this is why Spirit is helping us and giving us an opportunity to release at this time. This was incredibly powerful. I think this was a powerful reading, and I'm so pleased that I had the energy to connect with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and that you share it with your friends and family, because I think we can all benefit from receiving this guidance from Spirit and this clarity at this time. How do you guys feel? I hope you all enjoyed it, and that you're going to have an incredible Friday evening. Carry this energy forward with you into your spaces and places. Embrace the energy of this full moon. It's a gift. It's an incredible gift. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you so much for being here. It's been nice to connect. Right. All right, everyone. So, what are your plans for this evening? Do you guys have any plans for this full moon? How are you going to celebrate and honor the energy of the full moon? Any ideas? I'm so happy I found you live. Oh, thank you, Donna. It was nice. Yes, there's an eclipse too. It's very, very powerful. There's an eclipse too. And what I said at the beginning of the reading is, please, guys, don't focus on manifestation unless you are practiced and you've mastered working with the energies. This moon is about release and allowing. This moon is about shadow work. When you do that, you automatically manifest. Manifestation is an automatic. We don't have to manifest. We're manifesting every day, all day. but we're manifesting based on our current condition. So it's like sitting down and wanting to manifest that your engine runs better, but you're not clearing the old oil out. You understand? So that's where you want your focus to be. Okay. So some advice for tonight is exactly that. If you can make a fire, beautiful way to release. Ceremony around the fire, where you write down on paper all of the things, the tendencies, whatever's been shown to you at this time, the baggage, the beliefs, the fears. Be specific. Release them into the fire, into the flames, and just watch them disappear into the ether. That could be a really nice way to do this. If you can't do a fire, light a candle and just allow yourself to sit in the state and the space of. Play some nice music that just allows you to be easy. Watch something that might inspire you. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you hold the energy of, oh, I noticed that's uncomfortable. I'm letting it go. I'm setting an intention to let it go. Oh, I'm judging the fact that my sister didn't call yesterday. I'm releasing that. The need for anyone to behave in a particular way in order for me to feel loved or for me to be happy. Okay, so that's what I would recommend. That's what I would recommend, is to do a release ceremony. And flame, fire, beautiful way to do that. And if all you're doing is sitting quietly and just feeling the energy of your guides and the energy of source and the universe, removing from you everything that is heavy, and you're just still with your breath, that's also a lovely way to do it, where you're deliberate about your exhale and releasing what feels heavy mentally, emotionally, physically. Okay, so doesn't have to be complicated. If you like me, I mean, we've got a lot of witches around here. We like to make it creative. We light our candles, we bring our crystals out, we do the journaling. We'll make it fun. Do whatever you want to do with it, or keep it as simple as you like. Most of it is about the energy and the focus. It's about the intention. Well, this was fun. It was lovely hanging out with all of you.